Hello, and thank you for joining me on my channel, YouTube channel, Kate May Modern Day Mystic. Do hit the subscribe button for more updates. We are looking at the autumn equinox now. It's been a busy week, lots of different planetary transitions, lots of energy shifts and changes, and certainly a change in the air there. So this is for those that are going through the autumn equinox. I know some of you are going through the spring one, and I'll do a spring one in a mo. But the autumn equinox there. So as we enter the autumn equinox, roughly about the 22nd, 23rd, 21st of September there, the leaves start to begin to change. They go from green to golden. We watch them start to fall and shed, bringing with it a time of change. And this also empowers us to shed our own leaves, let go of things that no longer serve us, let go of what is holding us back, because the leaves are about to show us how fabulous it is to make those changes. Equinoxes have a very special energy that marks a time of balance where day and night are equal. The autumn equinox is one of the most powerful energy of the entire year, really. It sets everything in motion and starts the point of transcending into the shadow side. As this change occurs, we ourselves start to bring in our harvest, celebrate our abundance, and appreciate what we have around us now. We think about slowing down as we prepare for the winter months. A time where day and night are in balance before night takes over, and a new cycle approaching, bringing with it this new chapter. This full moon in Pisces and the sun in Libra will enhance this energy, making it even more powerful and permanent there. I absolutely love the season changes. I love it. I love the colours on the trees. I love the changes in the air. It feels like there's an excitement of like this new energy bubbling. So I love all four seasons. My favourite are probably spring and autumn though. By the time we get to summer, it's like, well, it's here now, you know, just enjoy it. But spring brings that hope, and autumn brings that hope as well, that change. It's exciting. So this year, it's been a bit of an unusual one, isn't it? Summer seemed to be quite short there, definitely in the UK, and sparing there. But nature has a way of bringing everything into balance and showing us that it's okay to let go, especially at this time of year. The Mayboon is also celebrated. It's one of the pagan festivals there that we celebrate. And it's a festival named after the god of the wealth mythology, Mayboon. He's the child of light and the son of the earth mother goddess, Maybon. In truth, there is little evidence that Mayboon was celebrated in Celtic countries, and the term Mayboon was applied as recently as the 1970s as part of the reconstructed paganism there. It's another point, the same as it's, you know, very similar to the equinox energy there, but it's celebrated as the change of season, as the time of perfect balance, and the journey from the wheel of the year, from the spring equinox into the summer, then into the autumn, and before we come into the midwinter there. It's the second harvest, so the fruit harvest and the great feast of Thanksgiving. The goddess is radiant at heart as the harvest queen, and the god finally dies with his gifts of pure love with the cutting of the last grain. He will return as the grain harvest is safely gathered in the form of next summer lamas and reaches completion, which we enjoy of fruits and vegetables at this time of the year. It is a time to thank the waning sun for the wealth of harvest. And sometimes we see that each festival requires some making of celebrations and that giving of thanks. So some of you want to give something in return back to nature, back to the universe there. We had at our shop a full moon ceremony with a little bit of the equinox coming in there, the harvest festival. So we were all given, actually here's mine, we were given apples where after the ceremony, our apples were then cut into the half. You'll see there the pentagram, the star, and we put a note of our wishes and desires, sealed it all with natural, one's coming apart there, with natural string so that they will come apparent. And we'll wait for the dark moon, be a little bit rotten by then, but never mind. We'll wait for the dark moon before we get rid of it, whether we burn it, throw it into water, anything natural, not sure burning is, but natural there, that's why it's all degradable things. So that's a really good little thing that you can do. Think about what it is that you want for your harvest, for your next chapter there, put it on a little bit of paper, cut your apple so you can see that the seeds there into the star, put your little piece of paper in there, write what it is that you want, seal it, wrap it up, bind it, and then wait for the dark moon. So it's a celebration really of the labour of the harvest, and in terms of the path, it's all about reaping what you've sown. It's all about accepting how things have been. You can't do anything about it now. You are where you are at there. So you might have to kick yourself if things didn't go the way that you wanted them to, but you have got that little seed of hope to make some changes before that dark winter nights come in. So you've got a little bit of time there to get things going. So let's have a look at the Autumn Equinox Mayboon Tarot spread. So the first one we look at is, how can I find balance in my life? Then what area needs letting go? What is changing for me? How can I maximise my abundance now? And your tarot message. So the first one, how can I find balance in my life? We shuffle the cards. How can I find balance in my life? The High Priestess. Interesting. So she calls for you to trust on your intuition, to really dig deep within what's inside you. Now you may be looking to other psychic influences around you or spiritual influences there. Your subconscious comes to mind. So how can you find balance in your life? Really, it's within you. No one else can do this except you. There may be some outside influences that you're not in control of, but you are in control of your own actions and thoughts. So really take this time to meditate on how you can get balance in your life. Think about what is going to help you subconsciously and consciously there. Maybe you are a little bit away with the fairies. Maybe you're too much in la la land and you need to ground yourself a bit more. Maybe it's the opposite way, that you're too grounded and you need a little bit of spiritual intervention coming in, a bit of lightheartedness there. Perhaps you've been working super hard with practical things and you really want to get off the ground with your spiritual work, but other avenues have pulled you off, and now this balance is coming back in. So it's a time of being a bit quieter, meditation, but really going within, finding your own balance, your own truth. What area needs letting go? This is always an interesting one. What area needs letting go? Oh, the Three of Pentacles. Okay, now this is interesting because this is about teamwork and collaboration and working hard on projects. So you might find that if you're working hard on a project and you're just going round and round in circles, not getting anywhere, and although it's upright, it's not reversed, as a card of letting go, it could be, there's two angles to this. It could be that actually working in collaboration with people, working in teams isn't working for you. Perhaps you need to do a few more things on your own. Perhaps you need to take a step back from all these new projects and think about other things that are in your life. So you may have to let something go. It could be a friendship that you're letting go as well. Maybe something's come to its full point in the relationship, and now as it's the team card and the friendship card, perhaps a friendship needs letting go. It could be, though, there are lots of directions and dimensions to the tarot cards, and usually as a set they all bring in the one point. But as a one card here, what area needs letting go of? It actually could be that perhaps you do need to work in teamwork, that you do need to collaborate with people. So if you're struggling on your own, then this will be the time to say, actually, maybe I do need to reach out for help. Maybe you've got a project that is in the back of your mind and you need a few other people to help you there. So only you will know whether this teamwork is needed or whether this teamwork is hindering you. So take action and let it go either way. What is changing for you now? What is changing for you now? Interesting, the Hierophant. What is changing? Now the Hierophant isn't a card of change. This is a card of structure, order, following rules, regulations, and not rocking the boat. So what is changing for you? Well, your values could be changing. Your opinions, your mindset, what was important to you could be changing. Things that you were so set on, things that you really believed, your belief system, your structure there. Perhaps your faith, perhaps your religious background is changing. Perhaps your spiritual teachers and dimensions there are changing. So again, it's a real personal one for you. But a card of not change is changing. Something perhaps traditionally that has been working against you, you now want to change that. It's also the marriage card, because I also think about things to do with myself, obviously, when I'm pulling these cards. And I got divorced this year and I'm getting married. So it could be the marriage card for some of you that's changing. How can you maximize your abundance? Oops, the card is falling out. How can you maximize your abundance? Let me give them a proper shuffle. How can you maximize your abundance now? Okay. The Knight of Pentacles. So, steadfast card. Indicating an action. You've taken the idea from that page and the Knight moves something forward. So how can you maximize your abundance now? It's being practical. It's being committed. If you're saying you're going to do something, then do it. To maximize your potential, it really is putting your money where your mouth is. So actioning things, committing to things, perhaps working a bit longer, perhaps working harder, pulling your sleeves up and really getting on with it so that you can reap those rewards and earn that extra dough that you want, or build that more secure future for yourself there. Commitment, setting foundations and action. That's how you can maximise your potential there. Don't be a lazy bones, basically. And your tarot message for this Autumn Equinox Mayboon spread, the Page of Wands. It's a go for it. Full of excitement, full of hope, full of new chapters there. Adding to what you already know. Interesting conversations will be coming up. Exciting things will be happening. New potential. There's a real vibe of excitement in the air with things going on. It's kind of flitting between an anxiety vibe and also an excitement vibe. And the two together can be a bit weird sometimes because there's things going on, isn't there, around the universe, around the world that is out of our control. You know, we don't know what's happening from one minute to the next with the pandemic of things, and how at the moment here in the UK we're meant to be having an oil or petrol shortage. Don't bother me because I'll ride my bike. So there's a weirdness of anxiety and panicking in the air, but there's also that vibe of excitement coming, you know, the season changing. I love it. But this is a positive card. So it asks you to look at the positives of situations, to, you know, where there's a will, there's a way, to try and keep upbeat about things. Try and keep optimistic and follow your nose, really. There's new things coming, there's new potentials coming. Look at where you can learn things, study things, train in things. I really enjoy the quieter winter months. It's a time for me when I do my writings, when I write my courses, when I catch up on my books, when I do my reading. And it's less time where I put out an energy in building things. It's kind of the quiet inner work that I do. And then as we come to the spring, that's usually when I launch a lot of things there. So use this time here to come up with new ideas and put things together that you've wanted to do as we start to slow down there in another month or so. Use that excited energy to really bring your desires to fruition with and keep optimistic, keep hopeful there. But there's some good news on its way as well. So there you go. That is your Autumn Equinox Mayboon tarot spread and info. Let me know if you do it. If you get stuck with any cards and you're unsure how to interpret them in that particular position, just let me know and I'll help you there. Enjoy doing it, give it a bash, and if you want me to do it for you, if you want an email one sent over to you, just message me and we can arrange it. Take care.